In this episode of James Covell Interviews, I decided to interview two members from the band Tensions Arise. The band from Sydney has been on the metal scene for more than 10 years. They've been a little quiet as of lately, but were willing to discuss with me the latest news. Hey YouTube, today I have with me two members of Tensions Arise. Thank you guys for coming to do this on such short notice.
Not a problem, dude.
So I thought we'll kick off today with what's the latest news with this band?
The latest news is that we are still a band, even though we may not look like it. We have been quiet of late because our guitarist recently just had his first child.
Okay.
And so, he needed some time to adjust to dad life. And so that would be why you haven't heard from us for a while. We have got a lot of behind the scenes stuff that has been done in terms of demos for new songs. And we're pretty happy with the direction that the band is taking. But yeah, that's for us to know for now and everyone else to know later.
I don't think there'll be any tours planned, or do you have any tours planned?
We don't have any tours as such planned, but we do have a couple of shows coming up that we haven't got Sydney yet, but we're in talks with some things. We're hoping to do something reasonably good. But we've got a Wollongong show coming up, we've got a Newcastle show and a Brisbane show at the end of July and in August.
I read on your Facebook bio about how you've been around for like I think it's 10 years, this band or something. So what I want to ask, because I thought it was a good opportunity to ask this question, what's changed in the 10 years, from 10 years ago till now, in the whole metal scene?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, this year in August is the official 10-year anniversary of the band being formed in some fashion. But next year is 10 years with Kyle being in the band.
Yeah.
But in 2020 it'll be our official 10 years playing live.
Okay.
So things have changed. Well, for us, obviously, a lot of member changes, style changes.
I went through your album on Spotify and I listened to your EP on YouTube.
Oh wow.
So what I wanted to ask was who do you draw influences from, both in terms of writing and starting this band?
Well, in terms of starting this band, it was originally meant to be somewhat new metal, where it was meant to have like a Cold Chamber, Seven Dust Drowning Pool sort of influence. But as you get members come and go, things develop. Everyone has their own style. Everyone has, there are different levels of ability, things like that. Influences the band and how it goes. But I don't know, we got more of we call ourselves a pop metal band, I guess, really, because our stuff could be on radio, but it's still heavy. So I don't know now. Like our influences are bands that we actually don't even sound like, dude. Like, we love the '80s hair metal bands a lot. We even love pop bands from the '90s like Aqua and Hanson. So
Okay.
we listen to everything and we put that in the overall package. I think is probably the best way to put it.
We like big poppy choruses. We like to see people, have something that they can sing along to in the crowd. And any interaction between us and the crowd is, that's what we want. And yeah, like Kaz said, we could be called pop metal or party metal, because we're just in it for a good time. And the music that we write, we want people to also be able to have a good time, but we know that you can reach a lot of people with heavy music, and so we always try and keep that element to it as well.
I liked your artwork both on the album and EP, so can you talk about who makes it and how do you do it?
I'm the guy behind the scenes that does all that sort of. I don't do it myself. I get it organised through people or whatnot. But as a band, we either write songs and then realise we've stumbled into a theme, or we try and make a theme and then it doesn't work. But once we get an idea of what everything actually is, it's very easy for us to figure out what sort of imagery we want. What's not easy is the style that we want. So, much like a tattoo or something, you want a picture or something, and you know what you want the picture to be, but do you want it to be a tribal style? Do you want it to be, a Japanese? That's the same with us with art, and we all like different things. So, but one thing we can agree on is we like cartoon and things of that nature. So that again makes it hard because there's so many different styles. So once we figure that out, we used to have a guy that we used regularly. We still do, but we're big on the art and stuff like that, and we know that bands need to be visual as well, and so that's why we make sure the artwork is cartoony and something that people would want to look at. And you might not be a metalhead, but you might see a CD or you might see a poster online or something and go, oh, what's that? Because you like the art.
Yeah.
So that's something that we've always been very mindful of.
Last question before we wrap up. Anything else you want to add or say to anyone?
The thing that I would add is just look, if you want live music and you want bands to keep going, you've got to support them. As if you're in bands and you want people to support them, you got to support other bands. We're all in it together, and without everyone looking after each other, there is no scene. And as we get older, it becomes a lot harder to do. When people start having families and stuff. But if you can make it to a gig, if you got a night free, do it. There are a lot of bands out there who it's a shame because most people will never hear of them, just because that's the nature of the beast.